Hey y'all, today we are going to be trying out a cover that we bought. But before we can try out the cover, we got to get all the bugs off of this thing. So we've just been using a little bit of water. Didn't go at it with any harsh chemicals or anything. You just scrub it away. The cover that we bought came from the Scamp store. It's made by a company named Overdrive, and it's the Model 1, which is for little campers like this. So today we're going to be trying it out, putting it on, and we'll let you know how we feel about it. But this Model 1 is supposed to fit trailers between 8 feet to 10 feet, which has me a little concerned because this thing is supposed to be at least 13 feet. So we'll see what happens. Maybe it's a really tight fit. But this is the one they recommended for our trailer. We'll see how it does. All right, this is a clean little Scamp again. Kathleen noticed that the cover for the air conditioner got hit by bugs. I think I killed every bug between here and Minnesota, it looks like. It ought to be a nice season for everybody else now that there's no bugs. I got them all. Open this thing up, see what we got. Put it in my pocket before I lose them. There's something hard in the middle. Oh, okay. Well, it's got a carrying bag. And then they shrink wrap this thing. I guess they vacuum seal it. Save space. And so you got a set of instructions here. And then we've got a little guide as to other products that they offer. Look at that. They make outdoor furniture and hammocks and stuff. So that's pretty cool. Make covers for your outdoor stuff. All right. Take a look here. Number one, with another person, that means you, Kathleen.
No.
Lift the cover to the roof and carefully climb up on the roof and take your cover out of its storage bag. Place the rolled up cover on the front center of the roof and unroll down the center of the RV towards the back. But we ain't climbing up on the roof, but this thing's so small, I think I can just reach up to the roof. It's got a little tie that just loosely goes around it. We don't need that. I think on this, honey, we're just gonna unroll it and I'll just throw it towards the back and get it on top.
All right.
I'm not sure which is the front or the back though.
Well. Oh.
It said to unroll it from the front to the back, right? Oh, hey, look, right here, it has a little tag on it that says front.
Oh yeah.
Kind of like our sheets. All right, so that's what I'm gonna do is just...
That's smart. That's a good little note.
All right. I don't know. I'm not sure if that's really the way to do it because the opening's here. So I think just rolling it towards the front. First thing I notice is that the instructions are for a much larger RV. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to open up these Velcro strips and now I'm going to unzip it to give myself lots of slack in this thing. And then we're going to put the camera on a tripod and Kathleen's going to help me. Now I'm going to be on this side here. This is the back. So I think we ought to try to just work it over as best we can. Pull.
Are you tall enough?
I'm going to get a stick right here, and I'm just going to use it to lift it up over. Here's a little stick in case you need to lift your side up a little bit. I'll give you the longer one. All right. Not too bad.
Oh, no.
Oh, it went too far? Let me grab it. Okay.
Okay.
I'm going to rotate a little bit, I notice.
Oh, this is handy.
Yeah, a little zipper.
Yeah.
Let me get it all the way on before you zip it down, okay?
I thought it was.
No, baby, you can tell from this side that it's still halfway up the trailer. You think we ought to, well, I guess depending on how much room we have, we decide if we want to put it over the tanks. Let's go without it over the tanks first and see.
Yeah. Oh, that's fine.
How's that look?
It's getting there. Woo-hoo. It's not getting there.
It's got some elastic material. It you can kind of tuck underneath the wheel wells.
Where's the other part of this?
I don't know yet. That wasn't in there. I didn't see no straps.
Something that we're gonna have to do.
All right. Let me have a look. I think I'm looking at this right.
Not like it
The white part ought to be more centered at the top.
Yeah.
But I'm trying to find the little tag that says front.
Yeah, it's over on this side.
I think we got this thing rotated around too much. I think this is the front. Somehow we got it turned
I don't
around.
know how it got down there.
Yeah, this is the front.
Okay.
So I'm going to just rotate it this way, okay? Look at us.
Look at us! Oh my goodness!
There we go.
We did it!
I think that's much better. So what it has here, darling, is a zipper for the door.
The what?
The zippers are so that you can get in the door. See, they go where the door is. Like that?
That's so special.
Let's take these bungee parts and suck them up underneath if we can. I'll get this corner over here if I got enough room.
I think we're gonna have to get an attachment.
It's looking good for me over here.
Yeah, there's nothing.
Are you running out of space? I think it can go over the tanks actually.
Oh, hey.
Hey, you found some more pieces. So those are the straps. We found the strap. She found the strap. I guess my unboxing was a little bit preemptive. I think it puts too much strain if we try to cover the tank.
Yeah.
But I think we can cover the battery box.
We don't litter.
That wasn't litter. That was just gravity.
I don't even know. So this?
I think you. All right. Nice.
Here's this, then.
I wonder what that was start to finish. One thing I really like about this are these little Velcros at the bottom. And what they help you with is, if you just try to zip it down, you get a lot of tension right there. But with the Velcro, even with one person, you can hook it at the bottom, and then it's a lot easier to zip it down. That's a cool feature. These tie downs, they're reinforced and they're double stitched, which are good. I like that it has these long lanyards on the ends of the zipper, so you can find it, and if you're a shorter person, you can just reach up top. It has these vents underneath, so when the air blows, instead of it trying to, you know, like what would you call it? Parachute up, it allows the air a place to go. It relieves the air inside, gives it a place to escape. And those are on both sides. Come around front, baby. The way to know where, if you've got it right, is to make sure you've got the classic accessories on the front, because that's where the front is. You don't need to look for that yellow tag. You look for that emblem. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to find a great place to put these straps. It looks like they have quick releases, so we'll hook the straps to the frame down below. And I think what we're going to do is maybe just go all the way across, click them in, and then cinch them up. And in the back here, it has these extra little tethers, which I guess we're going to use the ones that don't have clips on them and anchor it down to the bumper or something. We found that the best way to do it on the 13-foot is to not try to cover up your propane tanks. You really just don't have enough room, I don't think. I think it puts too much strain to try to stretch it over these. It's really, really tight, and I don't want to tear it. So propane tanks look like they're going to get exposed, but they make separate propane tank covers that we could look at and get, baby, if we want to just throw something over those. All right, we're going to shut it down, and then we're going to put on the straps. Okay, one thing we just noticed is, I noticed that on the left side, the driver's side, there's like this little flap, like a mud flap, but there's not one on the other side. And I think its design is to keep rocks and stuff from hitting your black water valve and your drain and your storage area. The other side doesn't have it, but it's a good idea to put this strap on this side between the wheel and the flap. The other side doesn't have a flap, so you don't have to worry about it. Something else that comes with it is this little, Kathleen calls it a purse. This little purse is for you to put your straps in, those straps that we just tossed under. And then this bag is for you to put your cover in. And all together, looks like a pretty clean looking product. It fits real nice. It's not too tight, and it's also not too loose. I figure what these are for is so that if you want to get into your door, but you don't want to have to move this flap every time, and what you can do, get these Velcros off, is roll it up, and up underneath, see, it's got these that are Velcro, and you pass them through like so, and then it holds it up for you, so you're not always going in and out like it's a tent flap. So it's a little bit more fit and finish. Maybe you can take it up underneath like so. And then I think we can get in and out of a camper pretty easy without having to take the whole darn thing off. So that makes me wonder in the back what you would use the back ends for. Because look here, baby, it's got a zipper. Maybe it's so you can get into the back.
I think it's just so that...
Oh, you know what it is? Look, it's got a zipper on both sides, just like the door. And then you can roll this up if you had something maybe like you wanted to get to, like your spare tire or a hatch. And it's got the same things where you can sit there and put it up like so, which I think is kind of cool, but I don't know I can't think of anything we'd want to use it for unless we put a bike rack on the back or something. One little thing I'm going to recommend because one of the things I do out at the campgrounds is deal with the earth. If you're gonna roll this thing up and you're gonna leave it that way for a while, roll it under, don't roll it over. If you roll it over, you create a pocket for all the water to go into and stay. But if you roll it under, then the water doesn't have any place to stay. It's gonna just roll off like a duck's back and onto the water, or onto the ground. Looks like I set the door on. So that's probably the best way to roll it up if you're doing it in inclement weather, like we're getting a little bit of a sprinkle now. And I think I like this cover. I think I'm gonna recommend it. We're gonna see how it holds up. We ought to have some high winds tonight. We'll see how it does and we'll let you know. All right, now we're gonna get Kathleen's opinion on it. She helped put it up. She's a little bit vertically challenged and she is female, so she might have a different perspective. Go ahead, baby, tell me what you think.
First off, I would say if you're short, definitely plan on having a stool or a step ladder or something that was going to lift you just a little bit higher. I think that the stick is probably last resource, but I think it'll do. I will say this is like a canvas material. I like it. First glance, it is really thin. But I don't know if all of the competitors are thin like this, but I don't feel like it will rip. It does feel strong.
It feels like those pants you get, like they're called frog togs that you get for fishing. Have you ever seen those waterproof pants? That's what it feels like. If any of you people out there have ever used frog togs, those waterproof, lightweight fishing pants and covers, it kind of feels like that weight. But I think it's breathable as well.
It is, but I'm not sure how well it's going to do under a rainstorm. We will see.
Yeah.
When we come back, we'll see how soggy it is. That will be something. But again, I can't say that all the, competitors will be, better.
Yeah.
So far, I thought that it was relatively easy. If you've done it one time, I think it'll be easy to do it over and over. I think the first time was a little bit more cumbersome. But all in all, I think that it'll do great.
All right.
It's gonna be great.
And you don't like my crooked stick?
No.
All right. Use a stair, a little stool or a ladder, not a crooked stick. That's my takeaway.
Yeah.
I love you. Bye.
Bye.
Kathleen found some neighbors to talk to, and while she did, I started looking at things and I realized this ain't a purse. This is a toss bag. What you do is this. You fill the inside of this thing with rocks or sand or gravel, and then you close it up with the Velcro top. And then you clip one of those straps that we were tossing underneath. You clip it into there, and it adds some weight to the thing so you can toss it over and it goes all the way. It sails clean across without getting caught up on nothing. We can keep on letting Kathleen believe it's a purse though. She's still over there talking, so I thought I started thinking about these things. It's not a good idea to let these just hang on the ground. I'm prior military. We used to say never let your dingle dangle dangle in the dirt. So these flopping around here are gonna get all dirty, gonna get they're gonna get frayed and stuff on the end. So what you can do is loop them up and then open up your Velcro enclosure and kind of sandwich it in between there like so. And that way it ain't hanging on the ground. Kathleen's back from talking to people now. She's gonna rejoin us. You have a good time? Good chat?
It was a good time.
All right. So this is just gonna be a kind of a slow walk around of the whole thing so you can get a good idea of whether or not you'd like this or not. Our trailer is a 2023 Scamp. It's 13 feet. This thing fits it snug, but not too tight. On the straps down here, I read that you should not over tighten them drum tight. They should just be snug. So don't overdo it because you're going to put a lot of stress on this thing. When the wind comes, it'll tear. Up top, it covers up the air conditioner real well. And I like the fact that it puts the white side up at the top, which is a reflective surface. It's going to keep it cooler. I think it's a good looking little thing. I think the zippers are a great idea. And the another thing I like is the fact that on the corners, It has the, we call that elastic? The elastic to kind of keep it kind of fit. So Kathleen and I would like to become one of those couples that go all over the United States and maybe even down into Mexico and stuff, and just kind of make videos and try out products. So we'd really appreciate it if you would help us out as we get started by liking and subscribing to our channel. We appreciate your time watching. We hope you have a good time camping. Bye-bye.
Bye.
We thought this was so pretty. Look, you can see a whole rainbow. Isn't that cool? I love stuff like this. This makes me happy to be outside. There's actually 2 of them, Kathleen pointed out. You can see they're like a double rainbow. It kind of loses that first one in the sky a little bit. Isn't that pretty? Looks like it starts over in the hills and then it comes down right over there on the other side where the reservoir is. Isn't that pretty?
It is.
Does it make your heart happy?
It does.
Makes my heart happy. Happy day. There's that little bird singing. Hey, right over there is where our Scamp is. Can't really zoom in, but that's where she's sitting, is over there on that bank. All right. Sorry, nothing to do with Scamp. Just has to do with being happy.